And here we have the first army for today's battle report. This is 2,000 points for the Sword of Dawn. It's a battalion detachment, and the chapter tactics used are duelists and hungry for battle. The 2 HQ choices are Captain Janus Darke with the Relic Shield and Mastercrafted Power Sword. He's got the Vox Espiritum Relic, which extends his auras out to 9 inches, and he's got the Swift and Deadly Warlord trait from the Ravenguard Codex, which allows units within 6 inches to advance and charge. To his left and just behind him we have Codicier, Hexxon, Voll. He has the Hero of the Chapter stratagem, and to give him a Warlord trait, which we've given is Iron Resolve, which is an extra wound and a 6-up feel no pain. He's also got a Relic of the Chapter. He carries the Reliquary of Gathalamor, which allows him to cause mortal wounds to enemy psychers within 18 inches if they fail to cast their powers. His psychic powers are Null Zone and Psychic Fortress, which the Psychic Fortress is changed in the new codex, so we'll see how that one goes. Then to his right we have Codicier Caleb Fillion. He is just as he comes in the book, and then behind him the 3 Obsidian Sentinels, the Bladeguard, just a standard unit as they come in the new codex. Troops units, we've got Hydra squad, 10 Intercessors with Stalker bolt rifles. There are 2 Astartes grenade launchers in that squad. And we've got Kodiak squad, another 10-man Intercessor unit. These just have bolt rifles. This one might well split up into 2 5s. When we get into the game we'll see how the battlefield looks. Then at the front, on loan from Rapier Company, we've got Lightning Squad, 5-man Infiltrator unit, just with the Marksman bolt carbines, no upgrades on them. Then we have the 2 heavy hitters. We've got Revered brother Zimaseo with Storm Bolters, Onslaught Gatling Cannon, Macro Plasma Incinerator and a Rocket Pod. And over this side, Revered brother Barbaliam. He's got the Heavy Flamer, the Heavy Onslaught Gatling Cannon, the Fragstorm launchers and no Rocket Pod. And coming back this way we have the first of Squad Kraken. This is an Invader ATV with the normal Onslaught Gatling Cannon and the twin Assault Bolt Rifles. And over on this side we have Squad Minotaur. They're on loan from Scimitar Company, 3 Aggressors with the Auto Boltstorm Gauntlets and the Fragstorm Grenade Launchers. Then at the back we have the Impulsor Sirocco with 2 Storm Bolters and an Iron Hail Heavy Stubber and the Shield Dome. And we have the Repulsor Nebula. This is a Repulsor Executioner with the Macro Laser Destroyer, Heavy Laser Destroyer, twin Heavy Bolters, Heavy Onslaught Gatling Cannon, Icarus Rocket Pod, twin Icarus Iron Hail Heavy Stubbers, Iron Hail Heavy Stubber, 2 Crackstorm Grenade Launchers and 2 Fragstorm Grenade Launchers. I think that's everything it's got. So in terms of secondaries, we've gone for Codex Warfare, which gives me a point for every unit that I kill using the weapons that are being buffed by the weapon doctrines. We've gone for Attrition, which I think is kill more units than the enemy kills in each battle round. And we've gone for Psychic Ritual. I'm playing Orcs today, so I've brought the Codicier. I've already brought the 1, which might spell trouble. But if I can pass the Psychic Ritual 3 times in the game, then I get the full 15 for that. So potentially that's quite a heavy scorer for me. I think that's everything from this one, so we'll go on and we'll have a look at the Orcs. Okay, so we've got Gazgot at the back there.
Yeah, and then got my Captain Badrock, is it?
Yep, Captain Badrock, the pirate dude.
Yeah, that war boss. He's just come for the party. He's not part of my list.
Oh, he's just tagging along to see what's going on.
Yeah, and then I've got a big mate with shock attack gun down here.
With shock attack gun.
As my 3rd HQ choice.
Nice.
So my troops, I've got 4 units of 20 boys each with, so it's 20 boys and a knob with a power claw, so 21 in total, 4 units of that. 2 of those units I've spent the Hard Boys stratagem before we start, so they've got a 5+ save, and they're also going into strategic reserve, which has cost me a few more command points. And I've got my scrapjet there, he's just as he is, and my jump dragster. He's got the he has, if I can find the thing it's called, gyroscope whirling, which basically means he can use a shock tunnel when advancing, even if I don't roll a 4, and also I don't have to roll for any sort of perils of doing that, so he doesn't suffer any minuses. 15 grots.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
I've got a mech in there as well, and I've got 5 flash kits, 3 war bikers, and a truck, and then just to top it off, I've got 3 mega knobs, both 2 swords each. So and that's
nice.
That's them.
Lots of guys, lots of nasty whirly death, and some red stuff. Excellent. Welcome to the channel, and welcome to the desert world of Okassis, where the Swords of Dawn Space Marines are advancing on an orc war. The Swords of Dawn are here because it's the time of trials. This is a former recruiting world for the Swords of Dawn. They've entered the system to discover a flotilla of spacecraft in orbit, and they've made planetfall to investigate what's going on and to drive the threat of the Greenskins back. The mission today is retrieval. We've got 6 objectives on the table. Time to see who's going to go first. Okay, so time for the orcs to roll, see if they can go first.
4.
4. And for the Marines, a 2. Orcs can choose. Do you want to go first or do you want to go second?
I want to go first.
End of the orc movement phase on turn 1. No surprises for guessing everything's moved forward. Boys and bikes advancing on this flank. Vehicles coming up the centre. And Gazgol and his boys have moved on to this objective here on their right flank. Looks like the mega knobs have stayed a bit further back, but on we go to the shooting phase. Where do you want to start?
I think I'm going to start with my shock vehicle.
Starting with the dragster?
The dragster, yeah.
Cool. Back to you in a second. Okay, so the shotgun dragster is coming into here, into Revered brother Barbaliam.
This guy here, yeah.
That's the one.
And I get 1 hit.
1 hit.
Strength 8.
Toughness 7.
So 4s.
3s to wound.
3s to wound. And it's a 3, so it's a -3 AP.
-3 AP, so we need a 6 up to save. No. What's the damage?
D6.
-1 for the Dreadnought's Duty Eternal ability, so that is 1 damage.
1 damage.
12 wounds left.
And then I'm going to go with his rocket launcher, which is a 6 because he moved, he advanced, sorry. No.
Misses.
And he misses. And that's him done.
Cool. So then the warbikers down here are also going into Barbaliam.
Count the guns.
It's almost as though they're scared of the Dreadnought.
Right, so they've all got Darke guns and they are hitting on 5.
Yep.
So I've got 1. There we go. That's a miss. That's a hit. Hit. And I get a Darke. And they're all misses, so I'm going to roll for the Daka. Nope. So these are strength 5, so 4s, 5 to wound.
5 to wound, yeah.
5 to wound. So you get 1.
1?
Yeah.
Any AP?
No AP.
Still failed it.
So 1 damage.
Down to 11 wounds.
Okay. So the truck also is equipped with a big shooter.
Okay, we'll do the truck off camera. And then from inside the back of the truck, we've got 5 flash kits shooting out also with a Dreadnought.
Yeah, and the captain gets a... That's it. So I'm going to roll the captain separately because the Ard wants a hit rolls for his squig.
Yeah.
So these are hitting on 4s normally, but 5s because the truck moved.
Yeah.
So hitting on 5s. There's a Daka in there. And then there's that.
5 Dakas. This could hurt.
Right, so I'm going to roll for my 5 Dakas. And they both go
2 more
through.
hits.
And then these 3 are the captain hitting on 4s. And then
There's
one
Daka
more
there.
Daka. No, so there we go. So we are strength 6.
So 5 to wound.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That was a 6.
Yeah. 4.
4. At minus 2 AP.
Minus 2 AP. So this will be 5s. Pass 2, fail 2.
So it's 2 damage a pop.
Which the duty eternal reduces to 1 damage a pop. So we're down to 9 wounds. Not bracketed yet.
I'm going to supercharge this.
Okay, so we're getting supercharged from Captain Badrock, also into the Dreadnought.
And he's hitting on 4s. I'm going to re-roll that.
1 hit.
And that's a 1, so he suffers a mortal wound after this.
Ouch.
And then so that's 1 hit.
Yep.
And it's strength 8, so 4s to wound.
3's to wound.
3's to wound. No.
And that's a 2.
Do I command point re-roll that? Because it's...
Not got many.
No, I've not got many left. I'm going to leave it. So he takes a mortal wound on that as well.
Cool.
So 2d3. So that's 1, that's 3.
Yep.
And he is hitting on 5
Yep.
with his rocket cannon. That's 1 hit. Strength 8, so wounded on 3s.
Yep.
And he doesn't wound. Okay. So he is going to go with his twin big shooter, which is 6 shots. There we go. Hitting on 5s again. Daka. That. Yeah. Roll for my 2 Dakas. Nope. 5s to wound. 1 wound at no AP.
And it goes through again. Down to 8 wounds.
Big shooter does more damage than the rocket cannon.
Always the way.
And he is now going to hit you with his wing missiles.
Yep.
So adding 1 to the hit rolls because he's a vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
So he's hitting on 4s. No.
And that's a 2.
And that's a 2. No. They can't shoot because they're advanced.
Yep. So we've just got the shock attack gun to go.
Shock attack gun.
Come back to that in a second. So 2d6 for the strength.
Oh, strength
That
10.
is 10.
Yep. So he's
Not quite enough for the mortal wounds, but
heavy d6. So I rolled 5.
this is looking good.
Still hitting on 5 though. This is where it all goes horribly wrong.
one hit with a Darke.
It's not bad because it's D6 wounds. No, one hit. So
one hit, strength 10, 3's to winged.
Yes.
And that's a 5, that's a winged.
-5 AP.
And no save.
So it's D6 damage.
D6 for the damage, -1.
So 2 damage.
Is 2 damage. Which puts him down to 6. He is finally bracketed.
So these guys here, they're going to charge him.
So the Warbikes are charging the Dreadnought.
Are you overwatching?
I will be overwatching. Let's see if they get in first.
Ooh.
That's a 5. That's not enough.
I get my mob reroll.
Go for it.
And it's still not enough.
Still not enough. Right.
So now you can shoot them.
I'll roll the Overwatch off camera and we'll come back and tell you what the damage was. Well, that was a bit more brutal than I was expecting. I rolled it off camera in the thoughts that it would maybe plink a couple of wounds off. And would you believe it, the Dreadnought was flamed and blasted all 3 bikes in Overwatch. So that's, I think, the end of the Orc first turn. So we'll join you at the end of the Space Marines movement phase, turn 1. Here we are at the end of the Space Marines turn 1. The Intercessors have stayed still on this flank, holding the rear ground, as have the Infiltrators just here. The 2 tanks have moved up, the ATV has moved up slightly, the aggressors have got out, all to draw a line of sight on this unit of Orcs here. There's something big and bad hiding behind the building. I think I need to clear away any support before. Stalker Intercessors have moved up onto the fortress walls, and the 2 Dreadnoughts have moved up, all drawing line of sight on the Orc units over on this side of the battlefield. So I think we're going to start off with some Dreadnought shooting, so I'll be back to you in a moment. So I'm going to start the shooting phase with Barbaliam here shooting into this unit of boys. We've got D6 hits with his heavy flamer for 6, that's twice he's done that now. 2d6 Fragstorm grenade launcher shots for 8, and then 12 shots with the heavy Onslaught Gatling cannon. Now I'm going to pay a CP to play Wisdom of the Ancients from him, so these are going to be hitting on 4s because he's bracketed, but they are going to be re-rolling 1s. Just a single 1 in there, re-roll that, doesn't convert. Now with the heavy Onslaught now at strength 6, these are winning on 3s. So 4 wounds at -2 AP with the Devastator Doctrine effect. They're gone. We've then got 8 shots with the Fragstorm grenade launchers. Again, re-rolling 1s, another 1's there. And then wounding on 4s. So 3 wounds there. This is actually an assault weapon, so it's AP dash.
Okay, so it's 3 wounds.
Yeah.
6 up save.
3 6-up saves.
1.
1 makes it. 2 more die. And then we've got 6 heavy flamer hits. These will be wounding on 3s. That's all 6 wound. And again, the Devastator Doctrine in effect, they're -2 AP.
How many is that? 6?
6 more. Onto the second Dreadnought. And he is going to be firing the Macro Plasma Incinerator into the Meganobs. Everything else, Stormbolter's Icarus Rocket Pod and his Onslaught Gatling Cannon are going to come over this barricade here into this wounded unit of Orcs. So we'll do the Macro Plasma first. He is going to overcharge because he's rerolling 1s. So number of shots, 1. I'll spend a CP to reroll that. For 3 shots. So this guy is unwounded, so he's hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s. 1 miss, 1 reroll. 2 hits. And this is strength 9.
Toughness 4.
So wounding on 2s. 2 wounds. at -4 AP.
6 up save. And both go through.
No, and they are flat 3 damage each.
Ouch. That's 2
Which will
dead
put down
knobs.
2 mega knobs. Well done, Zimaseo. We've then got 4 Stormbolter shots into these boys. Rerolling the 1s. And wounding on 4s. No wounds. And we then have 8 Onslaught Gatling cannon shots. Rerolling 1s. 7 hits. These are strength 5. Ouch, not so good. 3 wounds. Again at AP -2.
This is 1 damage each.
Yeah.
That makes no difference, does it? There we go. 3 dead orbs.
And then D3 shots with the rocket pod for 1. Which re-rolls and misses. Back to you in a moment. Moving to the other flank then, the aggressors here are going to shoot in at this unit of boys. So we'll roll to see how many shots the Fragstorm grenade launchers get. That's 12 shots. So I'll just grab some dice. 12 shots. These will be hitting on 3s. No rerolls because the captain is still inside the impulsor. They'll then wound on 4s. So for 3 wounds. That's at 0 AP, so you'll get your 6 up saves. No, 3 dead. And then we have another 18 shots coming in from the Auto Boltstorm gauntlets. And 4 misses. And these are also strength 4, so 4s to wound. That's a bit better. That's 11 wounds. 6 up saves because the orcs don't have much in the way of armour.
They all go through.
No 6s, wow. 11 more dead.
And then it was 1.
Okay, there's still a few orcs there, so we are going to come to, I think we're going to go with the Impulsor actually, first. Because bearing in mind I need heavy weapons to finish this unit off to get victory points for it for my secondaries. So 4 Stormbolter shots from the Impulsor, all 4 hit, and then 4s to wound. That is 4 wounds, 4 more 6 up saves.
Nope.
Nope, 4 dead, that leaves 3 in the unit. And we've got an Iron Hail Heavy Stubber, which have now gone up to 4 shots, hitting on 3s. Ooh, 1 hit, which does wound at AP -2. Leaves 2 guys in the unit. And from here, we have an Invader ATV with a with an Onslaught Gatling cannon, which gets 8 shots, hitting on 3s. 2 misses, 6 hits. There's a strength 5. Oh, and only 2 wound. They are AP -2. But I think there's a nod there as well, isn't there?
Yes.
So he is down 1 wound. So I'm going to re-roll one of those failed wound rolls with a command point. Which still fails. That'll teach me. And then 6 shots for the auto bolt rifles, but this is an assault weapon, so if this finishes him off, it won't get me the victory point. 4 hits. I need an appalling roll to wound. That's not it. That's 1 wound.
6 up save.
6 up save. I don't think I've ever prayed for someone to pass before. That's a 4. It's a fail. He's gone.
Blasted out of the sky.
It's a dead orc unit, but it's no victory points for the Space Marines for doing it. So, what we're going to do now is put the Repulsor Executioner into some targets. We're going to put, I think, the Rocket Pod and the Heavy Laser Destroyer into the truck. And we're going to put the Heavy Bolters, I think, into the Noggin Mega Armor here. Assume I've got range. Yeah. So we'll go with then the Heavy Onslaught Gatling Cannon will come into this unit of boys, and all the incidental fire will come into the Scrapjet here. So Heavy Laser Destroyer, Heavy Bolters, Heavy Onslaught Gatling Cannon, Rocket Pod, and then Storm Bolters, Fragstorm Grenade Launchers. I'll put the Crackstorm into the truck as well. And we'll come back when I've done that, because that's a lot of dice. Okay, well I started with the Heavy Laser Destroyer into the truck. I was going to do it all off camera because of the number of dice, and then I rolled that for the Heavy Laser Destroyer, hitting on 2s. Back in a minute. So after the Repulsor Nebula fired, the Orc boys are gone, the truck's down to 5 wounds, and the Noggin Mega Armor is gone as well. So that just leaves 1 unit left to fire. The Stalker Bolter Intercessors. They are going to fire into the shock attack gun. So this unit is in range of the Dreadnought that's got Wisdom of the Ancients on. So they did move this turn, so they'll be hitting on 4s, rerolling 1s. They can target the mech because he's not within 3 inches of a unit that's 3 models strong or a vehicle. So 4s, and rerolling the 1s. Yep, so that's 7 hits. He's a strength 4 against toughness 4.
Yes.
Yeah. So 4s to wound, and that is 4 wounds. They are -3 AP in the first turn.
Ouch.
And 2 damage each, so that is 8 damage.
6 up saves. So is it 4?
Yeah.
I think he may be a dead shock attack gun.
I'm hoping it's a dead shock attack then. I'm not just saying he scares me. But
Save 1.
Save 1, 3 go through, that's 6 wounds.
6 wounds, and he's completely obliterated.
He's got. And then we're going to spend 2 CP on rapid fire, which lets a unit of Intercessors fire again. So Stalker Bolter Intercessors, we're going to go into the truck. So 10 shots, hitting on 4s, rerolling 1s. No, not such a good hit roll this time. 6 hits, 5 to wound. 2 wounds.
In the AP?
Again, -3 and flat 2 damage. So
-3 AP?
Yep.
Oh, he's a 4 up save, so what's the...
So it will go straight through, but you'll get your ramshackle rolls to see if you reduce the damage from 2 to 1.
Yes.
Both of them. So it takes 2 wounds. That wasn't worth the 2 CP, was it? So the Dreadnought is going to charge the truck. With Hungry for Battle chapter tactics, they get +1 to their advance and charge rolls. Needs a 7, that's a 12. He is in. And he's not happy. So we're into the fight phase. I'm going to spend another CP on Wisdom of the Ancients. I probably should have mentioned last time, I'm going to do the same. I'm going to use it to affect his hit rolls, not his wound rolls. So Dreadnought gets 5 attacks on the charge. Now he's bracketed, so he's hitting on 4s, but that's only 1 miss. 6s auto wound with my duelists. No, that doesn't affect vehicles. But he is strength 14, so he's wounding on 2s. I probably should have used it to affect these rolls instead. I'm going to CP one of those. There we go. So 3 wounds go through. At AP -3. Straight through the truck's armour.
Is it 1 damage each?
No, it's D3 plus 3 damage.
So I can ramshackle that.
You will be able to ramshackle him, yeah. But let's see what it is first. So that's 4, and that's 5.
Do you want to do them individually?
So do you want to do the 2 4s?
No, he's dead.
No, both go through. 8 damage. Trucks are gone.
And does he explode? No.
Start of Orc, so end of the Orc movement phase, turn 2. We've got one of these reserved Orc boys units come on this left flank. Probably targeting the aggressors, I would think, for a 9-inch charge. The big boy himself has come around this building, he's finally stopped hiding. He's seen something that's even bigger than himself, so he's come to try and wreck it. The Dreadnought trashed the truck in combat, so the flash kits and Captain Badrock are out, along with the other guy with the mech at the back. And the scrapjet has moved around. Draw a line of sight onto this Dreadnought here. So we're into the Orcs turn 2 shooting phase. What do you want to do first?
Well, I'm going to shoot with Fracker first. He did advance, so I'm subtracting from his shooting, so it's 6 ups. And
which repulsor is it he's shooting at?
I reckon, do you know what? I don't reckon I'm going to shoot at the repulsor. I've got a feeling I might shoot at those dudes in front of. So
the aggressors.
The aggressors.
Cool.
So Mork's Raw. He's hitting on 6s.
Cool. And what's the damage of the weapon?
It's -1 AP, 1 damage. He gets 12 attacks, hitting on 6s.
Okay.
So that's
1 hit.
1 hit, so I get a Decker from that. Nope. 5 strength 5. So
strength 5, toughness 5 with these guys, so that'll be a 4 up to wound.
Yep, it's -1 AP.
-1, so I'll have a 4 up save, which I pass.
Ah, nice. Okay. So,
Orc may roar, but no one's really scared of it.
there we go. They're not scared, are they? I'm going to go with my flash gears. I'm going to go with them into this.
Flash gets into the Dreadnought. You really don't like him, do you?
No, I don't like him. I hate him. He's done nasty things to my orcs.
I'll tell him.
1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. So just double check all.
Just getting some dice and bits and bobs together, so we'll be back to you when we're ready.
So these guys are hitting on. These rolls are hitting on 4. The captain, because of his squig, will be hitting on 3s. I roll them separately.
Cool. And we're re-rolling 1s because of Captain Badrock.
Yeah. So re-roll that 1 there. Yep.
Looks like a good round of shooting for some orcs.
That does. I've got 2 Dackers there, 3 Dackers. So that's a really good round of shooting for orcs.
Everything hit.
They really hate him.
Oh, never mind. 1 missed.
So there we go, and then for the captain. So we roll that one. I need to go back to that shooting there because I need to take out. They're hitting on 4s, not 3s. So it's not.
I thought it looked suspiciously successful.
Yeah, you can never trust an orc. Yeah, so they're all my hits.
Magic.
And then they are strength 6.
Winning on 5s.
Winning on 5s. So
That doesn't look so good.
it does. It looks brilliant. There you go. That's 5. And then they're minus 2.
Minus 2. And we're over here. So 5 up saves. Passes 1.
So they're 2 damage each.
2 damage each, which comes down to 1 damage each because of Duty Eternal, which puts him on 2 wounds left.
And on a 6, they get to do it all again because they're flashy bits.
No.
Okay, right. So Captain Badrick himself is going to go, and he is not going to supercharge this.
So the big bad in the pirate hat, he's going to have a go at the dread as well.
Yeah, actually, he's going to supercharge it. So I really want to make sure.
Brave. Go on then.
Really want to make sure these go through.
What does the supercharging go up to?
So this gives him strength 8 and extra damage. So extra 1 damage is 3 damage.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. But he's rerolling ones anyway, so.
Yeah, you only need 1 to get through though with the extra damage.
Hitting on 4s. 1's gone through. Rerolling the 1.
Rerolls a 1. No, that's a 2.
And this is strength 8.
So 3's to wound.
3's to wound. Yep.
That goes through.
And it's minus 3 AP.
Minus 3, so we need a 6 up.
Yes.
No, that's a 4. Goes through. Does it explode? No, it doesn't. Revered Brother Barbaliam falls. We'll have to go and reclaim that in a minute.
Go with the rocket cannon. So that's
over here, the scrapjet is going to go into the other Revered Dreadnought.
So the rocket cannon is assault 2d3. So that's 3. That is 5
5
shots. And he is hitting on 5.
Cool.
1 hit.
1 hit, but it's also a Gathalamor.
So that's good. No.
No, doesn't convert.
So that is a strength 8.
So 3's to wound.
No.
And that's a 2.
And then I'm going to go with the twin big shooter.
Yep.
5s again. Oh, a couple of Dackers there.
Couple of Dackers, nice.
Oh, that's not
couple
bad.
of hits, nice.
That is good.
Nothing converts. 5's to wound.
Yep.
1.
1 wound.
No AP. And I fail the save again.
Oh yeah, again the big shooter does all the damage. Wing missiles. And that's a vehicle, isn't it?
It is a vehicle, yeah.
I'm adding 1 to hit rolls.
You're also hitting on 4s?
So 4s. No.
No.
Okay.
1 wound off the Dreadnought.
1 wound off the Dreadnought. My mech is up, I think.
Okay, so we've got the shock jump dragster shooting into the ATV. It's definitely not because it's a new model, is it?
No, not at all.
Right, okay, so we've got a shock rifle and a rocket launcher.
That's correct, yeah.
Cool.
He's hitting on 4s because he advanced.
Yep.
Let's have a look. Oh, nice.
2 hits.
2 hits.
This is the shock rifle, yeah?
Yeah, this is the shock rifle, sorry. It's strength 8.
So it's winning on 3s.
Winning on 3s. Nice.
1 goes through.
And it's minus 3.
Minus 3. Nope. No
No.
save.
D6.
D6 damage.
6.
6. ATV is down to 2 wounds left.
So now I'm going to hit you with a rocket launcher. So So the rocket launcher is actually now hitting on 6s.
Mm-hmm.
No.
No. 2 wounds left on the ATV. If only I'd brought an apothecary. Okay, so we're on to the orc charge phase. What's charging where? And why is Ghazghkull charging the repulsor?
Back to the...
Clearly it's not a good idea.
Well, that's what's going to happen first.
Cool.
Ghazghkull's going to...
So I will pair the CP to Overwatch with this one, but we'll roll the charge first and then see what happens with the Overwatch. That's a 4.
I think that does get him in.
I think we measured up, didn't we? And 4 was just enough.
Yeah. 4 gets him in. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, and a 4 gets him in.
I was actually contemplating on using the Gravpool stratagem there to make that a 6-inch charge, but I figured that would still succeed more often than not, so I didn't bother wasting the CP. So let's do some Overwatch and see how many wounds I can take off Ghazghkull as he charges in.
Right, here we go.
So Ghazghkull made it in. I failed to do any damage on Overwatch. The laser destroyer was my best hope, but both shots from that missed. I don't think the Aquilon gives it the +1 in the Overwatch phase. So let's see just how badly Ghazghkull can hurt the repulsor there.
So reroll that one. Yep.
So 6 hits.
Strength.
Strength 14 makes 3s to wound.
So
there's 3 fails? No, 4. 2 fails. 2 fails.
2 fails.
So 4 wounds go through.
It's minus 4 AP.
Minus 4 AP means no save.
So it's just flat 4 damage each.
Is 16 wounds, and that is how many the repulsor has. So, does it explode?
Yes, it does.
It does. Let's see who takes wounds and how many. So the repulsor went big bada boom. So how many wounds, mortal wounds, does it do to Ghazghkull?
6.
4.
Take 4 of those, yes.
And to the squad of orc boys who are also within 6 inches. 2. So 2 of those go. And then do you want to roll for my units? We've got D6 mortal wounds on the aggressors.
Do you want to roll that again, or?
Was it cocked or
No,
not?
just cocked it. I'll roll it again.
Go for it.
It's 4.
4?
Yeah.
Okay. And on the impulsor?
6.
That's a 6.
Oh, ouch.
And then on the intercessors?
2.
2. Okay. Ouch. On everyone.
Roll 4 more for the extra boy.
So we're back in the fight phase with the boys against the aggressors. The aggressors have used unyielding in the face of the foe to increase their armour save against the damage 1 attacks that are coming in towards them. So where do we go? So we'll go here.
These are hitting on 3s.
Cool.
So I've got all my smackers.
You've got smackers.
So that's nice. So take that out. That. Ooh, I should be. Yeah. I think. Yeah. I'm an idiot. I could have re-rolled some of those, but never mind. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I've got 4 more for their final.
4 extra ones.
The final knob. So they go through, and then 4 smackers. Yep, so they're all hits.
Cool.
5s to wound, presumably.
5 to wound because they're toughness 5, yeah.
Toughness 5. So, that's not bad for an orc. Rolling 5s. Yep.
So 6 saves to take. And 2 ups to take them on. You can see 1 fail there, which puts 1 guy down to a single wound.
So I'm going to go in with a power crawl now.
Yep.
So subtracting 1s, these are hitting on 4s.
Yep.
I'm re-rolling 1s because of fracking. I forgot to do that in that last
Okay.
last roll, but so hitting on 4s, and I get my smacker. I'm re-rolling the one. Re-roll the one for fracker, misses.
And then the smacker.
Smacker hits.
Hits, 2 hits.
2 hits, and it is strength 10.
So 3's to wound.
So that's 2 wounds. At minus 3, yeah.
So 6 is to save. Save 1.
D3 damage.
Which will just kill
2.
the one guy. So we'll do his fighting back off camera and we'll get back to you in a moment. Turn 2, end of the Space Marine movement phase. The Intercessors, there's a couple of them have dropped down here just so that they're all in rapid fire range of the Orc boys. The Aggressors drop back so that we can pour fire into them. The ATV has moved up, again to lend its weight of fire to that Orc boy unit. Before it moved, the Impulsor disgorged 3 Bladeguard veterans, a Codicier and Space Marine captain. It then moved up out of combat up here, so I can't shoot this turn, but then out got the Codicier, moved towards the centre of the board where his psychic ritual is to take place. Stalker Bolt squad stayed still, and the Redemptor Dreadnought Zimaseo has moved up on the scrapjet to avenge his fallen brother. So I'll just have a think about what I want to shoot and where and how much, and we'll get back to you in the psychic phase. So we're into the psychic phase, and we are starting with the psychic ritual, which is a warp charge 3 power. That's a 10, that goes off. And I think then we're probably going to go for Null Zone. I'm considering Smite. Gazgol's down to 8 wounds. I've got 2 options really. I can either Smite him to try and take mortal wounds off him and drop him a bit now, or I can pour some shooting into him and then try and take the final wounds in combat. If I'm going to do that, then I'm going to try and use Null Zone. So I think I'm going to go for Null Zone. I think that's probably the better play. That's an 8. That goes off. No inland saves. Okay, so the psychic phase was pretty successful. Maybe this guy will get promoted to being Chief Librarian instead of Palace after his pathetic showing in the last game. Right, into the shooting phase. I'm going to start off, I think, with this essentially execution squad of Stalker Bolter Intercessors shooting at Ghazghkull, because if I can take 4 wounds off him with them, and they're 2 damage each, then I don't need to worry about shooting anything else at him, because I won't be able to do any more damage. So we'll start with that. They should now be within aura range of the captain because of his buff. I'll double check that when I see if I've rolled any ones. So 3's to hit because they stood still. And there's a couple of ones in there, so I'll get back to you in a second. They were within 9 inches, one of them converted, so these will now be 5s to wound. That's 3 of them. They're AP -2. He doesn't get his inland save because of Null Zone, but he's a 4 arm save anyway. So 3 of these, if you could fail 2, that'd be great. Failed all of them. 4 damage. Brilliant. Excellent. That makes the rest of the shooting phase easier to think about. Into the Space Marine shooting phase. So we've done some incidental fire over here and killed about 7 boys, I think, with some pistols and the ATV. We'll come back to those in a second. Over here we're going to do the Dreadnought into the scrapjet. So we're going to overcharge with the plasma, D6 shots for 4. I'll take that. I'm hitting on 3. Ouch, that's 2 mortal wounds because I didn't play Wisdom of the Ancients. And that misses, which leaves 1 wound, which does go through at -4 AP, 3 damage.
So 2 mortals.
That's 2 mortals on me.
Oh, 2 mortals on you. Oh, sorry.
So just 3 damage off him.
Just 3 damage takes him down to 6.
Cool. And then we get 3 shots, or D3 shots, sorry, with the Icarus rocket pod for 2. Hitting on 3s. Both hits. Wounding strength 7, so wounding on 3s.
Yep.
Yep. 2 wounds, and that is -1.
So these are 5 up saves.
Okay.
He saves 1.
Saves 1, 2 damage. Down to 4. Okay. And then over at the flash gits, we're doing the Onslaught Gatling cannon. Everything hits. Wow. And then strength 5, 3's to win. So 6 go through there. 6 wounds at AP -1 on the flash gits.
5 up save for the flash gits. 2.
4 go through.
4 go through. They're 2 wounds apiece.
So it's just 1 damage, so that will kill 2.
I'll take the guy there, and this guy should know when it's the wrong time to smoke a cigar. I'll take him.
And then we will go with the Stormbolters, the Dreadnought. Not such good shooting techs. 2 wounds at -1.
Into my flash gits.
Into the flash gits again, yeah.
5 ups. Save them both.
Oh, saves both. Wow.
Yeah, they're flashy bits.
Okay. Into the Space Marine charge phase, and we're going to be charging all over the place here. So we're going to go the Dreadnought into the Scrapjet. We're going to go with the Codicier, the Captain, and the Bladeguard into Ghazghkull. And as he's done his ritual for this turn, I may just possibly charge the Codicier into either the flash kits or Ghazghkull, depending on how the other charges go. So we'll start here with the Dreadnought into the Scrapjet. Do you wish to Overwatch?
Not now you've said that.
2d6 +1. Wow, he is very in. I could have done that for the Bladeguard. Alright, let's go with the Bladeguard first into Ghazghkull. Do you wish to Overwatch?
Nah,
No. That is a 6, which goes up to a 7 with their Warlord, their chapter tactic. That's not enough. I think we needed a 9, maybe an 8.
Which guy does it?
Yeah, we would have needed 8 or 9, doesn't matter. It's not enough. So we'll now go with the Captain. He's going to go in with an 8. That'll be enough. And the Codicier with a 4. That should be enough as well. That'll become a 5 anyway. So as those two have got in, I'm going to put the Codicier into the flash gits.
And I'm going to fight Overwatch.
Yeah, Overwatch with them.
With the flash gits.
Okay. The Codicier does have Iron Resolve, so it's got an extra wound and a 6 up feel no pain. He will need to roll a 4 to get in because of the +1. Easy. So let's do some Overwatch. I'll just move these 2 guys in while you're doing that.
Nice.
2 hits. Daka. No.
So these are strength 6.
So wounding on 3s. 1 wound. -2.
Yes.
-2, so a 5 up save. She makes.
Oh well.
And then that stays there because that's the middle of the board. Right, so we'll come back to you in the charge phase. The fight phase even. Okay, so we're over there, and the Codicier has pointed his Temper Mortis at Ghazghkull, effectively pushing his attacks to the end of the fight phase after all of my eligible units have fought. So the Codicier himself will strike first. We'll see if he can make a name for himself. He's got 4 attacks on his profile, and he charged, so he gets 5, hitting on 2s. That one I can't re-roll because he's a character, he doesn't have the core keyword. He is, however, strength 7 with his execution of Relic Blade, so we'll wound on 4s. And just the 1 wound goes through, but it is a 6, which does a mortal wound on the target in addition to any other normal damage. So it's -3, so Ghazghkull will have a 5 up armor save.
No.
Which he fails, so he takes 2 damage.
It takes him down to 1 wound.
1 wound left. So we may as well now fight with the Captain Janus Darke. He has 5 attacks on his profile, plus an extra 1 for charging. Hitting on 2s. Also doesn't get to re-roll the 1s. However, his strength is only 5 with his Master Crafted Power Sword. So there's only 5 still wound. But there are 2 there at -3. So 5 up saves again. Ghazghkull needs to make both of these or he falls. You were telling me earlier, Ollie, you've never lost him in a game before.
No, this is the first time he will die. And he dies.
He's gone. He makes 1. Do you want to spend a CP on that other one?
Yes, I
Just
do.
to see if you can save it.
Yes, I do. No.
It's a 2. No.
He dies.
The mighty Thraka falls at last.
The doc's going to have to stitch him back up.
Again.
Again. And I'm hitting on 4s.
So we're interrupting here with the Scrapjet into the Dreadnought. Mainly because he's got a drill in his nose. Doesn't sound very healthy to me, but that talks for you. 4 attacks.
Hitting on 4s.
Hitting on 4s.
So 2 hits.
2 hits.
And it is +2 strength, which makes it strength 8.
Okay, so 3's to win.
So they both wound, and it's -2 AP.
-2, so we've got 5 up saves. Which I make 1, fail 1, so D3 damage.
D3.
-1 for the Duty
That's
Eternal.
1 damage.
Just takes the 1. Could have been.
Not sure that's worth 2 command points.
In return, the Dread will fight back with 5 attacks, hitting on 3s. 1 misses. And we will then wound on 2s. So that is 3 wounds at -3.
So that's 3 wounds. What's the damage per wound?
It is D3 plus 3, so it's going to be a minimum of 12 damage.
Okay, so he is dead.
Cool.
Does he explode?
On a 6.
On a 6. No.
5? No, not quite. So he will consolidate the other way and we'll go on to the Librarian, who is fighting the Flash Kits. And the final fight of the fight phase is Codicier, Hexxon, Voll into the Flash Kits. He charged, so he gets 5 attacks, hitting on 3s. 1 miss. That's a shame because that would have been the duelists coming into effect if I'd rolled only 6s for the first time this game. He's strength 5. The Flash Kit's toughness 4, so 3's to wound. That is 3 wounds going through. Now these are -3 AP, so they go straight through the armour.
Yes, they do. Yeah.
And they are D3 damage, so I need to roll these one at a time. So the first one is 3 wounds, kills 1. Second one is 3 wounds, kills another. And 3 wounds again. That's the squad. Okay. And he's not going to consolidate because if he survives the return incoming fire, then he will need to get back to the centre of the board to conduct the psychic ritual again. So all in all, that's a pretty successful turn against the Orcs there. Completely cleared the middle of the board. Gazgul's gone, the big unit of boys has gone. We've got Captain Badrook and a mech here. We've got the shock jump dragster still at the back of the board here. And we've got a unit of Gretchen doing what Gretchen do behind this building here.
I question your definition of successful.
So we'll move on, we'll tot up the points for the end of that turn, and then we'll come into Orcs turn 3. So turn 3 after the Orc movement phase. The Grot's back here have picked them up another 5 victory points, outscoring everything else in his army at the moment. We've got another unit of Orc boys coming in from strategic reserve there. Captain Badrook's stayed still to target the Dread. The Orc mech's moved a little bit just to head after the Psyker. And the shock jump dragster, you say, is now going to be shooting at the Dreadnought. So shock rifle, it's not advanced this turn, so it's only hitting on 3s, not 4s.
Hitting on 3s, yeah.
One misses anyway.
And that one deals him a mortal wound.
Ouch.
To himself. And I'm going to command point reroll that one.
Yep.
Yes.
Here comes a 3, it's a hit.
Take that one.
Saves the mortal wound.
Strength 8. So.
Toughness 7, so 3s to win.
Oh.
Both 2s, oh dear.
That was.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
That was disappointing.
You've still got a rocket though.
I have got a rocket.
Which will be on 5s. That's
Yeah.
a hit. Also strength 8.
No.
That's a 2 as well. Oh no. Oh dear.
So now it is Captain Badrook.
Captain Bad Hat himself.
The Ripper. Now he is going to he's going to overcharge this.
I don't blame him. Given the size of the Dreadnought's gun.
Yes, and he gets 2 Dakadakas in it.
2 Dakadakas. Oh, could this be the turn?
Nice.
Oh, you could have done with this earlier in the game. 4 6s.
Strength 8.
3s to win. Don't roll any more 2s. He rolls 1 2, but 3 go through.
Minus 3 AP.
Minus 3 AP, so we need 6s. No 6s there.
3 damage.
3 damage comes down to 2 damage each, which leaves the Dreadnought on 3 wounds remaining. Where are we going next? We've got some shooting from the mech.
Yes, we have. The mech was going to shoot into. He was going to shoot into your
Librarian?
librarian. That's the word
Yeah.
I'm looking for. But he isn't now. He's going to see if he can.
He's going to try and finish off the Dread.
Yeah. So he gets 1 shot with his pistol,
Mm-hmm.
and he is hitting it on 5s.
That's a miss.
No, he's not hitting on 5s. There are one more thing I can shoot with. There is.
Okay.
And that's these boys over here.
Those boys over here. And we'll do that off camera. Into the Orc charge phase. Badrook's going into the Dreadnought. No command points to overwatch with.
There he goes.
He's in.
Yeah.
Couldn't fail.
And
And where's the mech going?
the next going to charge your librarian.
Oh.
Yes, he is.
He's definitely charging him.
And
then are we charging anyone with the boys?
yeah, we'll charge these guys.
We'll go into the Intercessors. Need a 9.
Oh, we've got a 9.
And that's a 9. They're in.
Cool.
Nice.
Let's move the.
So at the end of Orcs turn 3, this is the way the battle ends. Badrook is still technically in combat with the Dreadnought, but he took 4 wounds that turn. He's got 1 left. He's not going to last another turn with the Librarian there as well. We've got the shock jump dragster and the grots that are currently untouched. The boys and Intercessors traded casualties, 3 each this turn, but with the amount of firepower that's over this end of the table and only the boys as a target, the Orcs have decided to call it a day and go and find a better scrap somewhere else. leaving the current battlefield in the hands of the Marines. So we'll see where the story goes from here. How will the Swords of Dawn reclaim this world, this training, this recruitment world from the hands of the Orcs? We'll see you next time.